You either die a hero, or you live long enough to see yourself become the villain. I can do those things because I'm not a hero. I'm whatever Gotham needs me to be.
They'll hunt you.
You'll hunt me. You'll condemn me. Set the dogs on me, because that's what needs to happen. Because sometimes the truth isn't good enough. Sometimes people deserve more. Sometimes people deserve to have their faith rewarded.
A quick morning talk, just something that's on my mind. About the Manosphere. You know what? I've been in the Manosphere, in the Black Manosphere, for almost 7 years. And it is hilarious to me about how many times they've talked about the demise of the Manosphere is breaking up, the Manosphere is being invaded, the Manosphere is going to get destroyed, on and on and on and on and on, right? And it keeps growing. And what's funny is that the protectors of the Manosphere, the so-called leaders of the Manosphere, are the first ones to actually say it's going to break up or split apart or dissolve or not exist at least once or twice a year, just to reverse their statement and going back to how it must be protected and how it must be fixed and all this kind of stuff, right? And it's hilarious because everybody sees the Manosphere, or the Black Manosphere especially, as one solid block where everybody's supposed to get in line and they're supposed to be leaders in a hierarchy and stuff like that. And it's nothing further from the truth. Because I always talk about the Manosphere, the Black Manosphere especially, is like herding cats. And it's an old expression about individual thinking, right? Where people will not get in on code and in line and march toward a direction. And it's very difficult to get some groups or some organizations to do that because they're a loose collective of individuals. And the Manosphere is that. Whether we like it or not, the Manosphere is that. The Manosphere is a very loose collection of individuals. Now, the people that are subs, and even some of the people that are content creators, they follow the people that they like. There is no credo, there is no organization, there is no bylaws that we go by. You know that because of all the bottom feeders that are in the Manosphere that have been there for years and nobody's kicked them out and got rid of them. And the ones that we say that we don't associate with or don't want to associate with, or how they do something foul, and guess what? We have people that are in the Manosphere that run over there to them and just to look, just to keep things going. We never oust them. So that tells me that there is no organization. If you can't get rid of the people that are really causing the biggest trouble out of the Manosphere, then that tells you that there really is no organization. And the Manosphere is a herd of cats. If anybody's ever tried to have a bunch of cats and try to get them to follow any kind of direction, even animal trainers say the cats are some of the most difficult animals to actually train because they're very individual minded. Whereas dogs are very easy to train because dogs have a group think, and dogs do have a hierarchy, and dogs do work as a team, whereas domestic cats do not. And so when you try to herd cats, unlike you have to herd sheep or cows or goats or whatever, right? We try to herd cats, they're all over the place. They go in different directions. They're impossible to unify. And I think with the Black Manosphere, that's a blessing in disguise because if they come and they lop off one piece, it doesn't make any difference. That person was an individual in the first place. And so all the whole will do is basically replace that person with somebody else. The next person that they like will move up in rank. That's all that happens. So somebody disappears is no big deal because there wasn't a leader in the first place. So all this talk about fixing the Black Manosphere and shoring up the problems and stuff like that. And it's funny, especially from the people that cause problems in the Manosphere. They don't wreck it. They're not reckless, per se, but they stir up as much trouble as everybody else, which is always hilarious to me. But I've been seeing it around that the Manosphere should be fixed, the Manosphere should be protected, the Manosphere should be get on code. And the first place it's got to start is that the people that are saying it should get on code. It's one thing to criticize. Okay, everybody is not above criticism. especially with the work, what's supposed to be the work that they do, okay? Not the personality of the person who's presenting it. That's one thing that the manosphere is supposed to represent. The manosphere is supposed to represent the work, not how they dress, not what cologne they wear, not how they cut their hair. It's supposed to represent the work. And too many people in this space are not focusing on the work. Now, if the Black Manosphere is a social club, that is completely different. Now, if it's a social club, even social clubs, if somebody's backbiting and arguing and stuff like that, know that a social club will break up because people cannot get along. But if Black Manosphere is supposed to stand for what everybody says it's supposed to stand for, then goddamn it, people are gonna have to get on code. You're gonna have to stop doxing people. You're gonna have to stop backbiting people. You're gonna have to keep your criticism to a minimum. If you're gonna be criticized, it's gonna have to be constructive, and it's gonna have to be a minimum. There's no reason that if you disagree with somebody or disagree with somebody's way of doing things that you should spend 3 months doing it. If you disagree with somebody, it should be over with no more than a few videos and be done with it. And disagree on them on the points that they talk about. And the people that should enforce it are the people that say they lead the manosphere. They're supposed to be the leaders. The leaders are the first ones that are supposed to follow the doggone rules of it. And the leaders are supposed to be the first ones to put other people in check that don't follow it. What is supposed to go on in the manosphere is about the work. It's about doing your content. Criticizing somebody else, another content creator, is not content. Now, you can do that from time to time. I do that from time to time. If I don't like what a content creator has said, I will critique that content creator. Lately I've critiqued Boyce Watkins. Okay, I've done total of Boyce Watkins critiquing him in about 6 years. I think I may have done 3 in 6 years critiquing him. Somebody that is female, Cynthia G, in about 6 years, about 4 or 5 years I've been critiquing her. I think I've done maybe 4 or 5 in 5 years of Cynthia G. Maybe a little more, a little less, but the thing is, that's about it. Critiquing her. Not talking about her mama or anything else, critiquing her. Because it's supposed to be about the work. It's not supposed to be about continually criticizing somebody. When you continually criticize somebody, it goes beyond criticism. That goes into gossip. That goes into hating. If you want to fix the manosphere, you're going to have to get people on code, and the people that are responsible, the bigger people that are content creators, are going to have to stay on code, and they're going to have to encourage other people to stay on code. Otherwise, it's not going to be fixed. Otherwise, we're going to have cat fights, and I call them cat fights because that's what they are. Emotional cat fights every 4 to 6 months. Over what? Nothing. YouTube is the big place. If you have had a disagreement with somebody about anything, that stuff should be hashed out. And that stuff should be hashed out sometimes in private. Hell, it can even be hashed out in public. But once it's done, it should be done. There should be a certain amount of decorum in this space. Most of the YouTube content creators are above 30 years old. And at 30 years old, you're supposed to have manners. Not screaming at each other, not hollering at each other, not